Hello everyone, let's talk about how we can writing custom scripts and executing our custom attacks in the help of man in the middle proxy. So workflow of MITM proxy. There are two types of MITM proxy workflow: explicit and transparent. These are explained below. Explicit proxy. In an explicit proxy configuration, the client browser is explicitly configured to use a proxy server, meaning the browser knows that all requests will go through a proxy. The browser is given the IP address and port number of the proxy service. You could also use a proxy auto configuration pack file to configure the browser to download the proxy settings from a web server. When a user makes a request, the browser connects to the proxy service and sends the request. So what is MITM, man in the middle? In cryptography and computer security, a man in the middle, monster in the middle, machine in the middle, or person in the middle attack is a cyber attack where the attacker secretly relays and possibly alters the communications between two parties who believe that they are directly communicating with each other. So, what is MITM proxy? MITM proxy is your switch army knife for debugging, testing, privacy measurements, and penetration testing. It can be used to intercept, inspect, modify, and replay web traffic such as HTTP 1, 2, WebSockets, or any other SSS, LTLS protocols, protected protocols. So have a look, guys. First, my command is ls and meet dump meet mproxy meet web in Kali Linux terminal. Inside terminal, now give command ethercap minus tq minus m arp. Now that we covered the first steps to get started with MITM proxy, and this is the ARP poisoning victims. I would like to develop a bit more one of the best features. Now give command minus t net minus a pre-routing minus p TCP minus j redirect destination port 80 to port 8080 and IP tables minus t NAT minus L. while writing add-ons in purely optional automating requesting editing with custom scripts considerably extends the boundaries of Meet proxy. Through this post, we will see a few concrete examples of how you can use add-ons to test apps. If you already managed to set everything in order to run the program and catch requests, writing script should not be too complicated for you. Feel free to reuse and alter the examples provided in this video. Writing and executing scripts. As I mentioned earlier, scripts for MITM proxy must be written using the Python programming language. The Python syntax is not particularly complicated, and if you already used any object-oriented programming language, then you should be fine. One advice: through pay attention to indentation. Python is an indent sensitive language, which means that if uses leading white spaces inside of curly brackets in order to compute the indentation level of the line. To execution the add-on, just save it in a file named myscript.py and execute the command meet mproxy -s dot slash myscript.py. Response before it reaches the device. Meet proxy allows developers to access to multiple HTTP, TCP, WebSocket or generic events. The full list of supported events is available in the Meet proxy documentation, but let's have a look at several handy ones. Load is triggered when you launch Meet proxy. It is very convenient if you need to adapt the tool's settings to run a script. The request and response objects. Both request and response objects are part of the http flow variable passed as a parameter to all HTTP events. Editing the request or response is quite simple as long as you have hints about the object structure. My best advice here is to directly have a look at the project in GitHub repository. And you guys can also use a special user agent for testing. Create an editable cache for API responses. Some useful command line. Meet proxy is your switch army knife for debugging, testing, privacy measurements, and penetration testing. It can be used to intercept, modify, and replay web traffic such as HTTP1, HTTP2, WebSockets, or any other SSL, TLS protected protocols. You can prettify any decode a variety of message types ranging from HTML to protobuf intercept specific messages on the fly, modify them before they reach their destination, and replay them to a client or server later on. And web interface use MITM proxies main features in a graphical interface with Medium web. So that's it guys. So you guys liked it, and thanks for watching.